Unleashing the power within, a journey beyond fear. It's a word that holds so much power over us, a shadow that can darken our brightest days. But what is it really? So many of us have come to understand fear by a simple yet profound acronym, F-E-A-R. False evidence appearing real. Think about that for a moment. False evidence. We are the ones who create it. We build these elaborate, terrifying scenarios in the workshop of our minds. And then we convince ourselves they are real. This is why you'll often hear the timeless wisdom that the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. Fear is the true destructive monster, the self-made cage that limits our potential. So, how do we begin to dismantle this cage? How do we reclaim our power from this phantom menace? Curating your mind, crafting your reality, the first step is to become a vigilant gatekeeper of your mind. You must consciously decide what you allow in. This means turning off the things that contribute to your anxiety and fear. It means turning a deaf ear to the chorus of negativity, to the people who can only speak of doom and gloom. These individuals are often caught in a collective consciousness of despair. And while we can have compassion for them, we cannot allow their reality to become our own. But it's not enough to simply shut out the negative. You must actively invite in the positive. You have to begin the essential work of reconditioning your mind and retraining your thinking. There's an old saying, faith comes by hearing and hearing and hearing. This isn't just about religion, it's a fundamental principle of the human mind. What you repeatedly expose yourself to, you begin to believe. Start attending workshops and seminars. Listen to inspiring audio programs and podcasts on a daily basis. Immerse yourself in the words of those who have overcome adversity and achieved greatness. Listen to things that empower you, that expand your sense of what's possible, and that enable you to build a new reality and a new life for yourself, one thought at a time. Be prepared, though. As you start this journey, you might appear strange to the people around you. In a world where complaining is the common language, genuine happiness can be seen as an oddity. When someone asks how you're doing and you reply, better than good and getting better, you might get some strange looks. Whoa, what's wrong with him? Just try walking through a public space with a genuine smile on your face and watch how people react. They might look at you as if you're some kind of weirdo. Why? Because most people don't smile. Look at their faces on a Monday morning. You can see the dread. Here we go again. If you ask how they are, you might get a grumpy HMPH. Haven't had my coffee yet, don't ask me. When you see this, understand that you're looking at people who likely haven't found their purpose in life. That's why they're often grumpy, miserable, and so deeply negative. They are hurting, and hurting people often, unintentionally or not, hurt other people. The inner work. Tools for transformation. This is why you must take control of your own mental programming. Use the incredible resources available to you. The books, the seminars, the workshops. And perhaps one of the most powerful tools of all is one you can use every single day, a journal. Keep a journal to record your thoughts, your feelings, and the subtle shifts happening within you. When you wake up in the morning, have it right there by your bed. I personally use a simple journal to write down my ideas the moment they surface. I keep it close so I can capture those fleeting middle of the night thoughts. Ladies and gentlemen, it is said that we each get 3 to 4 thoughts a year that, if we were to act on them, could fundamentally change the entire course of our lives. But these ideas are often whispers, not shouts. If you don't have a place to capture them, they can vanish into the ether, lost forever. A journal is your net for catching these life-altering ideas. The high cost of unchecked fear when you lack a true appreciation and acceptance for who you are. When you allow yourself to be immobilized by fear, a devastating process begins. You start to abuse yourself. You begin, often unconsciously, to sabotage your own life. You sabotage your dreams. You become your own worst enemy, working tirelessly against the very things you claim to want. So, what can you do about it? How do you stop this cycle of self-sabotage? You begin by realizing that your dream, your unique gifts and your purpose hold so much meaning and value that your desire for them must become greater than your fear of them. Your hunger for your dream will begin to push you, to propel you past the fear. Your hunger to live your purpose will give you a special kind of drive, a resilience you never knew you possessed. As you work on yourself, as you begin to acknowledge your true identity and the incredible power you have within you, something miraculous happens. You tap into a capacity for change, a miracle, working power that allows you to do the things you truly want to do. A story of ultimate courage. This reminds me of a powerful story about an anthropologist who was conducting a special study on a tribe of headhunters in Africa. For the longest time, he struggled immensely to develop any kind of relationship with the tribesmen. He was, quite simply, terrified. His mind was consumed by the fear that they would take his head, and this fear created an invisible wall between him and the people he came to study. He made no progress, unable to build the rapport and trust necessary for his work. Finally, one night, lying in his tent, he had a profound conversation with himself. "What is it that you came here to do?" he asked. "What is your life's work?" He answered, "My work is to study these people, to understand their culture." Then he asked himself the ultimate question: what is the absolute worst thing that they can do to you? The answer was clear: they can kill me. In that moment, something shifted. He decided, this is what I came here to do. I know there's a risk involved and I accept it. I will do my work, come what may. I will not be afraid anymore. The very next day, he went back out and began his work with a new energy, a new presence. He approached the tribe with confidence and genuine curiosity, and miraculously, they began to respond to him. They opened up, they shared their lives, and they extended a welcome that was previously unimaginable. Years later, when visitors came to see his incredible progress, they were astonished. They asked him, "How were you able to do this? How did you transform such a hostile relationship into something so positive?" His reply holds a timeless lesson for all of us. He said, "When life can no longer threaten you with death, what else is there? Putting your fears into perspective now, let's bring this home. The vast majority of the fears we wrestle with every single day are not matters of life and death. They aren't hunter fears. Yet, through the power of our imagination, we blow them completely out of proportion. We give them more power than they deserve, and we allow them to govern our lives. We permit them to draw the boundaries of our ambition, to determine how far we're allowed to stretch for our dreams and discover the incredible stuff we're made of. The time has come to stop and assess your fears. Get to the point where you can look a fear square in the face and say, "Wait a minute, hold on, I've been sweating this. I've been losing sleep over this. But what is the worst thing that can really happen to me here? Will it kill me? Will I die from this? Why are you going through all of these emotional gymnastics over this issue? How much power does it truly have? And more importantly, are you the one feeding it that power?" So often, we allow ourselves to be programmed to be afraid. If you watch the news and read the newspaper every day, you'll be scared to even leave your house. Am I right? You'll be afraid of your neighbor, afraid of the economy, afraid of the future. So, I ask you to consider this right now. What kinds of things are you allowing into your mind? What kinds of thoughts are you feeding yourself? Because what you feed your mind will ultimately determine your reality. Choose to starve your fears and instead feed your faith. The power of unshakable commitment. Forging your own destiny, let me tell you, I learned my most important lessons about life and success on the streets. I used to be a door salesman, and my mission was simple. I had a quota of television sets that I had to sell every single day without fail. This wasn't just a job for me, it was a lifeline. I was driven by a deep and powerful why. I had to provide for my mother, who was ill at the time and had just lost her job at the cafeteria because of debilitating arthritis. So, I made a promise to myself and to her. I would go door-to-door every single day, and I would not come home until I met my goal. Some nights, I wouldn't return until 1 o'clock in the morning. The process was a relentless grind of rejection. Knock, knock, a door would crack open. What do you want? Good evening. I was wondering if you'd be interested in a beautiful, reliable television set. We have a special offer, no money down. No, slam, I'd take a deep breath and walk to the next door. Knock, knock. Hello there, would you like to buy a brand new Emerson TV? No, thank you very much. But I learned something crucial in those moments. I wouldn't just accept the no. I'd ask, I understand. Do you happen to know anyone else in the neighborhood who might be interested? Most of the time, the answer was still no. But every now and then I'd get a spark. Yeah, actually. My cousin who lives 2 doors down might be looking for one. Thank you very kindly. I'll tell him you sent me. Then I'd walk down to that cousin's door with a whole new energy. Knock, knock. Hi there. Your cousin sent me over. He told me you were looking to buy a television set and that I should come talk to you. And because he sent me, we have a special discount just for you. Oh, really? Well, come on in, I'm interested. I would just keep going, turning every rejection into a potential opportunity. I would not allow myself to go home until the job was done. The universe responds to a will that won't quit. It's an interesting thing, ladies and gentlemen. When we put ourselves in a situation where we truly commit, where we say with every fiber of our being, I am going to do this, no matter what, it puts us in another zone. A powerful shift occurs. The universe itself seems to respond to you when you have that kind of consciousness. The universe responds to the man or woman who refuses to be denied. That business you want to start, that book you dream of writing, that deep seated desire you have to finally take control of your own destiny, that is yours. The power to create and manifest it is yours. It is available to you, but you have to be willing to pay the price. You've got to be willing to stand there and face disappointment, to not have support, to be lonely. You have to be willing to doubt yourself sometimes and still push forward, to be rejected again and again and again. You have to be willing to become bankrupt if necessary, to fail and get back up again and again and again, and to absolutely refuse to turn around until life gives you what you demand of it. Nothing can resist a person who has that kind of commitment. The people who have made a lasting difference on this planet all understood this principle. When John F. Kennedy declared, "We will go to the moon in this decade," he spoke it into existence. That was a commitment, and people shared that vision and bought into it. History is filled with examples of people who made bold declarations and committed their lives to bringing about a profound difference. Someone took a stand against polio, and today, that disease no longer plagues us as it once did because one person, and then many, said, "It is my commitment to eradicate it from the face of Earth." The very reason we are here enjoying the freedoms we have is because someone, somewhere, made a commitment that whatever was required, they would pay the price, even if it meant their life. As the great Paul Robeson said, "Here I stand, for I can do no other." That is how you must be about your dream. Commitment means standing up for your life. It means honoring yourself. It means recognizing your alignment and oneness with the universe, and understanding that you are a channel for life to express itself through you. Too often, we short-circuit that power. We short-circuit it with anger, with fear, with envy. We short-circuit it by being lazy, apathetic, or giving up too easily. We say, "Oh, it's too hard." We don't challenge our own spirit. Ladies and gentlemen, there is nothing as powerful as the human spirit. You can pervert it, you can wound it, but you cannot destroy it. I was just reading Viktor Frankl's Man's Search for Meaning for the 7th time. What a powerful book! He gives so many graphic, moving examples of the indestructible power of the human spirit, even in the most horrific circumstances. Fortifying your spirit for the journey. So, what are some of the things that can fortify us and give us the inner strength to manifest our commitments? Embrace learning, no matter the discomfort. Commitment in some cases means going back to school or getting new training. It might mean sitting in a class with people younger than you, putting yourself in a position where you feel like you don't know anything. Yes, that is awkward and uncomfortable. You might feel dumb, sitting in what feels like a boring class. But it doesn't matter, because your commitment to developing yourself, to getting that diploma or degree, is more important than your temporary discomfort. Learn to regroup, not give up. Commitment can also mean knowing when to step back. Sometimes you have to back up, but backing up is not the same as giving up. It means you regroup. Life may have waylaid you, you may have been knocked down hard. The key is to back up, gather your strength, learn from your mistakes and come back again, stronger and wiser. The most important voice, trusting yourself above all. You must start trusting yourself. Listen to yourself. Listen to that still, small voice within you. You don't have to make everything logical. There are some things about life that defy logic. You can't always explain how the outcome is going to be. But once you begin to trust yourself, your ideas, and your instincts, life takes on a whole new meaning. Move forward with the feeling that you are being led by something greater. Just feel, "I am led." I remember the worst speech I ever gave in my life. It was a painful lesson in what happens when you don't trust yourself. For years, I had a tremendous inferiority complex because I am not college-educated. I let someone exploit that fear. She knew my insecurity, and she came to me and said, "Let me write this speech for you. You're going to speak at Ohio State University. Those people are very educated there. They're going to know when you make grammatical errors, and they'll know from the substance of your speech that you aren't literate. I care about you, and I don't want you to embarrass yourself." I had a speech in my mind, a message in my heart. But her negative voice was stronger than my positive belief in myself. I gave my power away. With my permission, I allowed this person to guide me to do something that felt wrong in my gut. My inner strength and conviction weren't strong enough yet to stick by my guns. I got up there at the Ohio Union, and I read her speech, word for word. I didn't move. I didn't take my eyes off the page because I'm not accustomed to reading my speeches. After I finished, the people gave me a standing ovation because I had read it extremely well. But I was tense, I was nervous, and the applause felt hollow. Ladies and gentlemen, do not give your power away. You do not need anybody to approve of your dream. It was given to you. If they can't see it, it's because it wasn't given to them. It was given to you. Hold on to it, nourish it, cultivate it, and work on it. It's your baby. Work on it until it comes into fruition. I gave my power away that day, and I vowed to myself that I would never, ever do that again. The path of integrity and the 3 Ps as you work toward your dream. There are a few final principles to live by. First, do what you know is right. Treat people the way you want to be treated. Don't try to take shortcuts. Don't try to cheat. Pay your dues up front. I truly believe, ladies and gentlemen, that what goes around comes around. You can pay now, or you will pay double later. Always do the right thing. There will be a tendency sometimes, because of our own negative programming, to want to say, I'll just do it this one time. It won't matter. Nobody will know. But everything matters, and you will know. You are somebody. I would rather lose out on my dream doing the right thing than succeed by cheating to get there. I want to be able to look at myself in the mirror, and that's what you want too. They say the true quality of a person is what they do when nobody's looking. Know this. There is some good out there in the universe that has your name on it, and nobody can get it but you. It's your stuff. When you know that, you don't worry. You don't run scared, thinking someone will take what's yours. You listen to your inner voice, and you always take the high road. Second, keep your agreements. Be a person of your word. And establish a network of people in your life who do the same. People you can count on, who will be there for you when you need them, just as you will be there for them. Finally, a lot of people see me today and say, "Hey man, I read about you. Boy, you're lucky." Let me tell you something about luck. For those who make it, success rests on 3 essential pillars. To achieve your dream and do your life's work, remember these 3 P's. You must be patient. You must be persistent. And you must be positive, no matter what.